Niingiza pale kwa cell nikapatana na mafans.
Guys, tap on
story ya mama wengine wanne masapo wengine inaitwa Atomic. Nenda Kitengela. Hao ndo kwanza kuni-identify. Sasa hadi wale wakakuwa soba. Ndio wale wenye
malala ndio hapo
soba. Kesho kila mtu alisoba. Napiga story mpaka tukaelewana si wenyewe sasa tunaye. Kwa nani anajua kukosangi tejeza nika kula hapo maneno kaeleza mawakili vile namna iko. Sasa nikiwa huko of course nilipata watu wako na issues kadhaa. Kuna jamaa mmoja alikuwa amewithdraw do ya demi yake. Dema kamletea askari anamshika. Namwambia 10k. Umefanya vibaya lakini at least wewe you are the man mwenye nimejua amekula pesa ya.
Welcome to my channel. So that was Morara addressing guys at Inject headquarters following his release. So for those who are unaware, on Monday, his right-hand man made an announcement on TikTok and X about his arrest.
I have unfortunate news. Morara has been picked by people who have claimed to be DCI, and they say they are taking him to the DCI headquarters. We are going there now. I will let you know. You can amplify this because you never know. They can get to the headquarters or not. Please.
I saw the message on an unknown person's profile first, but then I just dismissed it as a bluff. I only believed the news when I saw it on Mongera's post. And like I've said before, Morara is the gift that keeps giving, because when the news went viral, many people started demanding for his release, including some well-known people like Martha Karua, lawyer Willis Otieno, who also happens to be Wanjigi's lawyer, Senator Richard Onyonka, Lynn Ngugi, Calligraph Jones, and Senator Okiya Omtata, who actually camped outside DCI offices. So after that arrest happened, the villager and some guys tried to follow the abductors, or is it police?
Sama nini DCI?
DCI na angalia ndio anatokea.
Wando wameka siren. Haya. Nini?
An update, guys. They are holding Morara at the Nairobi area police station. That's where we are going. We need your support. Thank you.
In light of Article 49, but they've refused access. They've said, quote unquote, that they have strict instructions from the top, not to allow anybody access to Morara, including lawyers, media personnel, and other persons. So the question is, what kind of police service do we have here? They have no respect for the Constitution, they have no respect for the rule of law, and the head is rotten, starting from the Cabinet Secretary of Interior all the way to the officers holding or manning these gates. We should condemn it in the strongest way possible.
Morara Kebaso awatiliwe mara moja. People power! People power! People power! Citizens power! Citizens power! Morara power! Morara power! Down with police brutality down! Down with police abductions down! Down with police brutality down! Long live the people! Long live! Long live! Our people united shall never be defeated! Our people united shall never be defeated!
The guys camped outside DCI offices the whole day. Towards evening, they tried to throw tear gas to disperse them. I think they wanted them to give them way so that they can transfer Morara to God knows where. So at night, they tried to do that, but the supporters were steadfast. They followed the cars to their destinations.
Tumeingia DCI Kiambu, ingia pale. Ingia pale hizo. Ingia pale. Pale. Sawa. Wameingia. Gari zote.
Fuata ile na fuata ile.
Actually, Okia Omtata did a live with somebody, one of Morara's right-hand men on TikTok Live. He explained why it was necessary for him to make sure that the police book Morara in a police station, because if you're not booked in a police station, they can just decide to delete you and claim later on that they never arrested you. So let's just hear what he had to say, because he's a legal expert.
There's nowhere there, but you have confirmed it's inside the DCI. How he's being held there, we don't know, because I'm not aware that the DCI is a gazetted area for holding people. I don't know. I don't think I've got no current book. I don't think I've got a cell register. They don't, and so he's being illegally held, and that's just another abduction. There's no reason why Morara cannot be taken to a police station, booked into an OB, and entered into a cell register, so that he can be known that he's the custody of the police. So because of what has been happening in this country, we have declared that today we are not going to sleep. We are going to keep vigil outside the DCI until morning, until we are informed where this young man is, because anything less will be endangering his life. It's only by being in solidarity that we shall be able to secure his life. And nothing is more important than securing the life of a Kenyan to make sure that he lives to see the next day. Morara has committed no mistake to warrant police intervention. He even said that the police says that he stands by what he published. So if he stands by what he published, why don't the police let him face his accusers? Let William Ruto come as a witness for DL like that. And let the matter be taken before a magistrate, and we see what happens. Not being used by police, not being detained, not being denied to go back to his family, to his bed. It's not worth it. And we are not going to allow it. And as a statement that Kenya will not go the way some fellows would like us to get into, to go off the cliff. We are not going to go off the cliff. We shall keep this country as a republic, and a republic we shall keep it, because that's the challenge we have. The rule of law must be pronounced across the land, and Kebaso must have the protection of the law, and justice must be done to Morara Kebaso. He has done nothing wrong. He must be booked in the police. If the police have a reason to arrest him, let them award him according to his rights of.
He ended up being booked into Kamukunji police station. Then in the morning, he was taken to Milimani courts. And surprisingly, when he got there, the charge sheet was not available. So the case could not begin until the charge sheet was presented. The charge sheet read, Count 1, cyber harassment contrary to Section 27 of the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act of number 5 of 2018. So David Morara Kebaso, alias Morara Kebaso Sr., on the 28th day of September 2024, at an unknown place within the Republic of Kenya, jointly with others not before court, while using the ex-corp account dubbed at Morara Kebaso Sr., knowingly, without lawful excuse, posted false information which read, William Ruto approached D.L. Lagat and told him he desperately needs more money for campaign. D.L. Lagat used his properties as security and took big loans to help his friend. Right now, D.L. Lagat is being auctioned by banks, and the person who is buying the properties is William Ruto. To make it worse, William Ruto has used his power to undervalue the properties to buy them at a cheaper price. That is the kind of person we are dealing with. He has no friend. So, content whose information you knew to be false and calculated to tarnish and discredit the reputation of one David Lagat. Before he was presented before the judge, the CBD was flocked with Morara's supporters, especially Gen Zs. And Milimani Courts was also swamped by supporters before he got there. So I'm just going to show you a collage of the things that went down from when he was in court, how Martha Karua rubbished the charge sheet, and how Morara was received by his supporters, and how he ended up addressing people at CBD like Ruto.
Exploding tear gas canisters and clouds of white smoke forced activist Morara Kebaso and his supporters to run for their lives as they left the Milimani law courts on Tuesday afternoon. Hours before the incident, Morara had been arraigned before Milimani Chief Magistrate Lucas Onyina after his arrest on Monday for allegedly harassing President William Ruto's aide, David Lagat alias DL, through his X account. During the arraignment, lawyers representing Morara, led by NARC Kenya leader Martha Karua, faulted Morara's charge sheet, which they termed as faulty for, among other reasons, not having a witness, and asked the court to cast it away. Chief Magistrate Onyina directed that he would rule on the legality of the charge sheet on Friday 2 p.m. and released Kebaso on a 50,000 shilling cash bail.
If they're arresting Morara, apparently for tweeting something about Ruto, which actually is very innocent, it should actually come for all of us because we've said worst thing, honestly.
If we allow Ruto and his government to take away this from Kenyans, then we would have killed our democracy.
Moments after being set free, Kebaso was received by a crowd of supporters that had been swelling up outside the Milimani law courts since Tuesday morning, and together they began their journey to Nairobi's Central Business District for a rally. However, police officers seeking to stop them in their tracks blocked all routes to the CBD with their vehicles, forcing Morara to alight his vehicle and attempt to go past the roadblock on foot. But the activist barely made 10 steps when the officers lobbed tear gas canisters at him and his supporters, forcing them to scamper for safety. The group would later make it to the CBD despite the deployment of the officers who are hell-bent on thwarting Morara's plans. And from one of Nairobi's most iconic sites, the National Archives, Morara injected some more, saying that his arrest and arraignment just emboldened him even further.
Hatununui uongo na hatununui ukabila. Sikia niwaambie, nyinyi mnajua kabila yangu? Muko na haja? Si hamna haja? We are one tribe called Kenya.
Straight.
Welcome back.
Waliponiingiza pale kwa cell, nikapatana na mafans.
Guys, tap and share.
Wengine wanne, masako wengine sisi inaitwa Atomic. Nenda Kitengela. Hao ndo wa kwanza kuni-identify. Sasa hadi walevi wakakuwa soba. Wale walevi wenye
Malala ndio ya
hapo soba. Kesho waachilie. Kila mtu alisoba. Tupiga story mpaka tukaelewana si wenyewe sasa tunaye. Kwa nini unajua kukosangi TJs nika kula hapo maneno kaeleza mawakili vile namna iko. Sasa nikiwa huko of course nilipata watu wako na issues kadhaa. Kuna jamaa mmoja alikuwa amewithdraw do ya demi yake. Jamaa kamletea askari wa mshika. Nikamwambia 10k. Umefanya vibaya lakini at least wewe you are the man mwenye nimejua amekula pesa ya mali.
Na wengine wakapatikana kwa mto. Ameua watoto wa watu. Mtoto wa miaka 8 amepigwa risasi. Ruto anauliza kama bado anaishi. Ruto ni mnyama si mnyama? Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi wa Kenya. Sio lazima Ruto afike 2027.
Ni nini mbaya sisi tukisimama hapa kuinject hapo makosa? Ni nyumbani. Ni public square. Hata watu wanakuja kukutana date leo watapatania hapa. Kuna mtu tayari ashaambia mtu wake tupatane hapa. Na sisi pia date yetu leo ni hapa. Our date with the destiny. Na tuna inject iwekwe kwa haka.
Uni Morara hapa.
Isiwahi potea.
Tumesoma katiba, tukaelewa kuenda maandamano ni haki yetu, kuenda maandamano ni haki yetu. Tumesoma katiba, tukaelewa, tumesoma katiba, tukaelewa.
If you look at the charge sheet and the particulars, if at all any name was to be tarnished, probably it would be that of William Ruto. If the particulars were not true, it would not be the name of David Lagat. So what is the fear of putting the name of William Ruto as the complainant?
Valid point.
And you can see, I don't know how it has been drafted, but if there was a name to be tarnished here, the person who is looking like ungrateful and not quite a friend would be William Ruto. So I'm urging the court to read the charge carefully and reject it. Even if we go to trial on this, and even if David Lagat comes, it will not be sufficient without William Ruto as the complainant.
Yes, I am.
Hello, Jambo guys. I'm here with Asma Classics. Thank you to the whole community of Muslim Somalis who have stood with me. And thank you to Asma Classics. Please guys, follow Asma Classics on TikTok.
Yes, Morara Kebaso, our president 2027, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Before Morara appeared before the judge, so I think the Gen Zs were preparing themselves to cause a riot if Morara was going to be kept in custody. So this just goes to show you people are still angry with Ruto. So if he thinks Kenyans have forgiven him after invading parliament, he's in for a road shock.
Update on the story regarding Morara Kebaso, who was today arraigned in court but refused to take plea on charges under the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act, and it regards a post on his X account involving President William Ruto and businessman David Langat. There is a statement here from his company, that's the DL Group of Companies, written on behalf of their chairman, Dr. David Langat, who is named as the complainant in that charge sheet against Morara Kebaso. The statement says, on invitation by the DCI, the chairman, that's Dr. David Langat, recorded a statement at the DCI headquarters this morning, reiterating that he has nothing to do with the authors or the content of the subject online posts, and also wishing to advise that any queries regarding the matter be directed to the relevant investigating agencies, essentially distancing himself from the charge sheet that is in the court before Morara Kebaso. So once again, that's David Langat, who is named as a complainant, distancing himself from that charge sheet, saying he has nothing to do with the authors or the content of the subject online post. So distancing himself actually from the posts that Morara Kebaso made on X that have led to the charges in court today, for which he is yet to take plea.
Right, so I have the pleasure of announcing to you that we now have a letter from the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, dated today. We now have a letter dated today, the 27th of September 2024. This letter is about our application for a political party name. The name is Inject Party of Kenya, which stands for Inclusion of National Justice, Economic and Civic Transformation.
Hakuna pesa yangu. Hii ni pesa ya Wakenya. Wow. Wao ndio wamechanga furniture, wao ndio wamechanga, hata ukikunywa maji hapa ni kazi yao. Ndio. Karibuni. Na hata msiogope. Hatuogopi. Kuna viti za kutosha. Tutaketi pamoja tuongee. Ndio hapa sasa sitaoa tutakuja tena. Sasa viti niko na 50. Kwani mnapita 50?
Ai wapi? Hivi vinyo tuko hivi tu. Kipawili kukaa chini hasi.
Tutakaa pamoja, sina mbio. Kwanza utaongeza viti. Tutakaa pamoja tutaongeza. Hata tukitaka kukesha.
Ndio hiyo sasa.
Sasa niko na good news, lakini hiyo good news nataka tungoje evidence. Kitu ya kwanza, registration certificate ya chama imetoka.
Hebu tulia kidogo.
Fungulieni wakili Solomka. Waende certificate.
Sawa. Lakini usichoke. Morara, kimoja. Haya, sasa tutafanya hivi. Sikiliza, watu wetu, mashabiki, voters wa Morara, tafadhali tuwe na nidhamu, kwa sababu hatutaki tusukumane. So tunampatia nafasi kidogo tuingie, kuna viti za kutosha. Muingie mketi, tuongeleshane.
I've covered Morara like 5 times now, and I think on 1 or 2 occasions I've said he's a marked man. So the events that took place on Monday have proven me right. So we have to carry on praying for his safety. I think the charges are ridiculous, just the way Martha Karua has stated. Because it seems like this Lagat guy who has been mentioned wasn't even aware of what was going on until the matter went viral. So this goes to show that the person who planned this whole thing is not intelligent at all. And I'm sorry to say that. So all this drama has actually helped to boost Morara's profile. So whoever was trying to victimize him has a lot of egg on their faces, because all this has turned out to be a free marketing opportunity for the new party, which has been registered. And I'm very happy about that, because last week when I talked about that party, because he talked about picking the certificate, I thought maybe that would frustrate him. So there's now proof that there's an alternative to the opposition party that we were relying on. So all I can say is I wish him well, and like I've said on previous videos, I'm sure I'm going to cover him again because he has a court appearance on Friday. I'm going to link his social media handles below so that you can follow him and keep up to date. Comment your thoughts in the section below about this whole drama. Like and share this video. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. And it's another video of Morara narrating what he went through from Monday to Tuesday before he was released. So hope to see you then, and see you.